Hello, my name is Rachel, and welcome to this bedtime story, created for adults of all ages. This tale is designed to calm your spirit, ease your body, and guide your mind gently into deep, restorative rest. Before we begin, take a slow breath in. Hold it for a moment, and then let it out with a sigh. Allow your shoulders to soften, your jaw to unclench, and your eyes to grow heavy. Tonight we will journey with our traveller, Michael Turner, a man whose restless heart discovers a new path. Michael is startled awake by a sudden jolt. His head rests against the cool window of the Chicago Red Line train as it rattles its way north. He blinks slowly and looks around. Early morning commuters sit slumped with headphones in, coffee cups trembling gently in their hands as the train sways. He whispers to himself. One of those sleep starts again. Maybe I wasn't even asleep at all. Michael works as a project manager at a Chicago tech consultancy, a role he has held for nearly a decade. The job is stable, the colleagues are kind, and yet, each morning as the city skyline rises into view, a knot of unease tightens inside him. At the office, Michael greets his team at 7 a.m. sharp. He dives into emails, project boards, and back-to-back calls. By mid-afternoon, he finds himself staring out the high windows, overlooking Lake Michigan. His thoughts drift far away, to the quiet mountains of Colorado, to the golden deserts of New Mexico, to the pine forests of Oregon, and the open coastlines of Maine. Something inside him aches for the unfamiliar, for beauty he has only seen in photographs. Yet still, he returns to his desk and finishes the day's tasks with practiced precision. One morning, his boss, Janet Miller, approaches with a smile. "Michael," she says softly, "we've been talking about expanding our partnerships on the West Coast. I'd like you to fly out to Portland, Oregon. Meet with a few startups. see what possibilities are there. It could mean something big for the company. Michael feels a stirring inside. Portland. The name alone makes him think of fir-covered hills, coffee shops tucked in rainy corners, and rivers running wide beneath green bridges. "I'd be glad to," he replies quietly, his heart racing beneath his calm voice. That evening, he calls his parents. His mother, who grew up in Oregon before moving east, beams with pride. "You'll love it there," she says gently. "It will feel like a piece of home you didn't know you missed." Michael packs his bag, sliding in a notebook he hasn't written in for years. He falls asleep gazing at the Chicago skyline, glowing softly against the lake. On the plane, memories surface. Summers spent fishing with his grandfather in Wisconsin. Autumn afternoons, when his grandmother taught him to roll dough for apple pies. Back then, life moved slower. People lingered at the table. Conversations stretched into the night. As the plane crosses the Rockies, he presses his forehead to the glass. Snow-tipped mountains cut the horizon. He feels both small and free. By afternoon, the plane lands in Portland International Airport. He checks into a small inn in the Hawthorne district, its windows trimmed with ivy. A bicycle leaning gently against the porch. That evening, Michael wanders quiet streets. Local musicians play beneath glowing cafe lights. The air smells of roasted coffee and damp earth after rain. The next morning, he stands at the edge of the Willamette River, watching the water curl beneath the bridges. His meetings go smoothly. The startups are eager, full of fresh ideas. But his heart remains with the mist-covered hills he glimpses in the distance. the promise of trails leading into forests older than the city itself. By Sunday, Michael hikes the Columbia River Gorge. The trail winds past waterfalls that thunder into green pools. Mist dampens his hair, and he feels alive in a way he hasn't in years. He pauses, breathing deeply. The forest seems to whisper, "Come back to the roots. Slow down. Remember what matters." Back in Chicago, the urge to change grows louder. He journals late into the night, filling page after page. Within days, he resigns. Two weeks later, inspired by a passage from Henry David Thoreau, I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately. Michael books passage to a small coastal town in Maine, far from the city lights. There, in a guest house overlooking pine-covered cliffs, he is welcomed by Eleanor and Thomas, the kind couple who run the place. They treat him like family, sharing bowls of clam chowder and stories told by firelight. Michael spends his days winding through forests, gathering wild herbs, and helping Eleanor in her kitchen. She teaches him to knead bread, to simmer stews, and to respect the land that provides. Night after night, he dreams vividly. Long tables stretched under trees, laughter carried on the wind, friends sharing food he has cooked with his own hands. He wakes with a deep knowing that his purpose is to nourish people and the earth through food. Seasons turn. Michael learns soil care from local farmers. Foraging from old guides who know every plant and root. he feels himself changing. No longer a man tethered to deadlines, but someone grounded in the rhythm of the earth. On his final morning in Maine, he hikes to a cliffside cave overlooking the Atlantic. The sunrise breaks open. Orange, pink, and gold across the endless water. He whispers thanks to the land for guiding him back to himself. Returning home. Michael settles in with family in Minneapolis, where he trains in culinary arts and launches his small company, Harvest Table. At first, it is intimate gatherings, suppers in backyards, dishes crafted with care. But word spreads. Soon, his events blossom into city-wide feasts under the stars. Tables lit by lanterns. Strangers becoming friends. Each night, as he drifts to sleep, Michael dreams of the pine forests of Maine. He hears the waves, feels the soft earth beneath his feet. And remembers the unknown road that led him home.